Welcome. In front of me is a Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6, and today I'll show you how you can go through the setup process of this device. With the actual setup, I'm going to quickly mention that the phone right here for me is locked, and that is because I did perform a reset of the device without signing in out of the Google account, which will mean that throughout the setup process I will be forced to connect to network and verify a screen lock or Google account. Now, in your case, if your phone is absolutely brand new, you will also need to connect to network. Anyway, getting started, I'm gonna press on the only button right there and then find our desired language from the list. Now for me, it's selected English, so I'm just gonna choose next as this is the language that I want to use. Next, we have connect to mobile network, which you can do by inserting a SIM card. I'm just gonna select next as I'm not planning to do so. And here we have for your review, so we have end user license agreement that you need to agree to, and that's the only thing that you need to agree to, so don't worry about anything else. Select next. Easy setup with another device, which allows you to basically copy over the apps and data from other devices like iPhones, iPads, Samsung or other Android using their Easy or something, whatever application they use for this. I don't recall the name. But it will obviously tell you what the name is, and you would need to, on other Androids, download that application. Same goes for iPads, but if you have another Samsung, then you can just open it up as it comes baked in with the device itself. Now, for people that don't want to copy apps and data, you can select Setup Manually. Now here, an authorized attempt has been made to reset your device to factory default settings. Not sure what's not authorized. It's a reset. It's my accounts. So it's kind of bold of Samsung to assume that it was unauthorized because they didn't, I guess, like it, which I just consider to be like piss off. It's none of your business how it was done. But in any case, nonetheless, I will need to verify it as I can't really set up the device without doing so. And there's also no bypass to this as far as I know right now. So this device is relatively secure compared to other Androids. Oops. So let me just connect to my network. There we go. Now, like I said, if your phone is brand new, you will need to connect to network, but it won't give you the unauthorized bullshit. It will just tell you that you need to connect because you need to connect because we want your data, I would presume, because there's no other reason to do so. Most Androids can set up without needing to connect to network, as it should be, but Samsung doesn't allow you to finish up the setup without doing so, for no reason whatsoever. Anyway, next we have connect to a mobile network, which I'm not sure why, because I have connected to Wi-Fi, so just later, I guess. Getting your phone ready. Let's give it a second, and next page we'll have the option to copy apps and data from Google Cloud. Or I guess not, because we first need to verify. I guess the order changed a little bit. So in any case, there is my verification. You will not see this whatsoever. This is just because for me the phone is locked, like I mentioned at the beginning. So here we have the Google sign-in page. You can skip this, it's completely optional. That's what I'm gonna do. And here we have the copy apps and data. Now this is the Google account, and so yeah, this is through Google account. Now I'm gonna select don't copy as I'm setting this device up as a new one. I'm pretty sure I already selected skip. Thank you, Google. Next, we have Google services like location scanning and sending user and diagnostic data. Now, you can disable all of those if you want to, but let's be honest, it's an Android device, meaning Google has their paws and everything, and disabling that probably does absolutely nothing because Google will get their data one way or another. So we can just go to the next page. Choose your browser and search engine. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Here we have a plethora of choices to select from. This list seems like it shrunk a little bit. No, this is browsers, so never mind. So I'm gonna select Firefox. Next, engines. Okay, never mind, yeah, that did shrink. So number one, it's missing already search engines like Yandex, which were on other Androids before. For some reason, it's no longer present here. So again, I guess if you don't pay Samsung enough money, they're just gonna remove your search engine, even though this would probably be against the law now, considering they did need to add this, or Google, I think it was. So yeah, again, you can choose whichever one you want. I don't know how this works later on if you want to use some other search engine, like I said, maybe like Yandex, which isn't listed right here. If you need to download their application or something to get that showing up, or what's the choice right there. But like I said, at the moment, those aren't all the search engines that you can choose from, or that you should have access to. So anyway, I'm just gonna select some weird one. And next we have protect your phone. So here we have a couple different ways of protecting our device. We have fingerprint, face recognition, PIN pattern, or password. Now for the first two, face or fingerprint, you do need to select PIN pattern or password, even if you're planning to use both of those. And the reason for that is if something would happen to your biometrics, meaning your face or your finger, you would lose access to the device till that heals, assuming it can heal in a way that the device will recognize it. Therefore, that obviously would leave you with these three options, one of those three options, to unlock your phone that way, which isn't going to change no matter what happens to your biometrics. And obviously, if you don't want to protect your phone, that's completely okay. You can select skip, even though Samsung will try to tell you that you should really do so. And in reality, yeah, you should. Now again, it's getting my phone ready, and then we have Samsung account. So here we have some just malware, basically from Samsung. It wants you to sign in, and again, they do kind of hide away the option for you to just skip this, because they really want you to, give away all your freaking data. So if you don't want to sign into Google account, which is completely logical, you don't need to use this device, because you can just use Google account, which isn't Samsung. So you can completely skip this and have no problem using basically almost all the features apart from Galaxy Store on this device. And to skip this, you just press right here. There we go. Forget your account, whatever. And then you have the gray text set up later in settings. When you do so, it does give you this, why do you need a Samsung account? Why don't I need a Samsung account? Would be the correct statement. So this way of wording is just an absolute scam. You don't need it, like I said. And let's see what they have to say. I'm really going to enjoy dismantling this. So by default, we have with a Samsung account, find your device if they are lost, which you should be able to do because all Androids come with Find My Phone. So if there isn't one, that means that Samsung went out of the way to remove it. Anyway, continuing on, we have sign in to apps and websites with biometrics. Again, you should be able to do that with Android by default. I am able to do that on my Android, so I don't need a Samsung account for that. I just need a Google account. Track exercises. This is for their Samsung Health application. So any kind of thing that is branded by Samsung will require Samsung account. But obviously, if you use any kind of like smartwatches and those track your progresses, health and stuff like that, this becomes useless to you. Sync apps and settings across all your devices. Again, not very useful. You can do that through Android. Copy and paste between your phone, tablet, and computer. Now this is a bit more unique. It's a copy of what Apple offers, but again, it's not as necessary. And this again entails that you can copy it between phones, tablets, and computers, as long as they are Samsung, which they forgot to mention. Make and receive calls from your tablet, as long as it's Samsung. So yeah, I'm just gonna be skipping this, as this is all a bunch of bullshit that no one really needs to use their device, unlike Samsung would like you to believe. So then we have some Samsung services, legal information. Cool. Terms and conditions, so we do need to agree to that one. You can tap on details to read exactly what you're agreeing to. Then we have turn on customer service on the phone. No thanks, that's optional, that's optional, that's optional. So yeah, I'm not gonna go to any of these optional ones, as we just don't need to. Don't give them too much info, as long as you don't need to. Then we have Samsung services, auto blocker. Keep your personal data safe by blocking services, security threats, and suspicious activities. Block apps from verified sources. Now again, this probably will be verified only by Samsung, which again, that's going to be sketchy considering you don't really have a way to know how they're verifying it, and the way you might be able to verify if you're not sketchy is by paying them money. Maybe. Some food for thought. Block commands by USB cable. Wait, what? Now that's just stupid. So it blocks commands by USB cable, meaning that, if I'm correct, it just kind of removes access to ADB debugging. Meaning you can't really use commands to change certain aspects of the phone, or maybe even unlock the bootloader. So yeah, no, you go bye-bye, you're useless. Then we have kind of reading what it's exactly doing, customization services. These just, I'm gonna be honest, looking at these are all Samsung, so all of this and more is done by Google also. So like I said, if you don't need to give away your data, there is no reason for you to do so. This just kind of gives you customized stickers, search results, routes, and more by allowing Samsung apps to share information with each other. Yeah, that's gonna be a big yikes there. So anyway, I don't even want to go to the next one. Let's go to the next page. Now I do want to point out, even though we turned those off, we did have to select agree. If I selected everything to be off, what am I agreeing to? So I don't even honestly know if these are turned off, as I, at the end of the day, I did select agree, as this was the only option for me to progress further. In any case, next page, with a little bit less controversial options, we have just a typical dark and light mode. You can choose whichever one you want. One thing to keep in mind, in the settings you also have the light and dark mode, and you actually have the option to select it on a schedule, which you don't have right here. And next, we have the most fun page. Take care of your phone. This is basically the do's and don'ts of folding phones, as it's very fragile and uses plastic display. So we have things like don't use your fingernail on the display because you will scratch it, as it's made out of plastic. When using a pen, you can only use the Galaxy Fold certified pen, because why would we create pens for other devices that work interchangeably with this when we can charge you another $50 for a pen separately? Nice. And by the way, the phone actually detects pens, but it just tells you no, F off, you're not allowed to use this pen. So you get a notification that you're trying to use a wrong pen on this phone. So it has the ability to use it, it just chooses not to. Anyway, continuing on, we have don't put any crap between the fold or between the screen when folding it. That's kind of logical. Then we have this phone isn't dust resistant. So great, don't take it basically to a beach or anything like that. Though sand and dust are two different things, but still, it isn't dust resistant. It is though waterproof or water resistant. Immerse in any liquid other than fresh water, such as salt water or alcohol, can damage your phone. What should have been said right here, it's not damage your phone, it's void your warranty. That is more accurate. Next, we have don't remove the protection film from the inside screen, as it's not really a protection screen, even though it actually is. Now, I do want to actually elaborate further on this one, as it will be a very useful information to a lot of people after about like 7 months. So let me lock the display. We do have a screen protector pre-applied right here, and even though it's described as it's not a screen protector and you're not allowed to remove it, it can be removed. But under no circumstance should you do so. You will find that after some time of using this device, about 7 months, this crease right here will just start to lift up and dirt will start to get slowly under there and lifting it up more and more till it basically goes all the way through. Once that happens, you just want to go with this phone to the Samsung service and they will replace the screen protector for you for free, as long as it's on warranty. 2 things to keep in mind. You do not want to remove the screen protector yourself even though it's coming off, as this will void your warranty. And number 2, they can void your warranty themselves if you wait too long with replacing the screen protector. Not sure how they're justifying that or explaining when they would do that or not, as it's never really explained how far gone your screen protector needs to be classified as warranty voiding damage. So If it starts coming off, just keep in mind it is covered by warranty. They will replace it for you, and it only takes like 10 minutes or so to do so. So do not ever remove this yourself, no matter what you see online. And last thing is that the device has magnets, so basically avoid putting it close to anything that is affected by them. Okay, cool. That finishes it up, so we can select finish and get presented with the home screen after way too long of a setup. Anyway, if you found this very helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.